Good afternoon. This is the Rules and Legislative Oversight Committee. I'm the chair of the committee, Councilman Isaac Yitzhak-Schleifer from the 5th District. To my left, we have Councilman Mark Conway from the 4th District. To his left, Councilman Chris Burnett from the 8th District, Councilwoman Ramos.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
To my right is Council Vice President Middleton and Councilman James Torrance.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
We will get started with EA 23-0169. Luis Cardona, when your name is called, please come up to the mic and give a very brief overview about yourself and why you want to serve on your respective commission. So take it away.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chair. My name is Luis Oscar Cardona. I'm the Senior Director of Neighborhood Development for the Baltimore Development Corporation. And my team and I oversee economic development initiatives for the eastern half of Baltimore City. And I also direct Hispanic business development on behalf of BDC. To my knowledge, I'm the only person that in the history of BDC that does this job fully in Spanish and English, both verbally and written. And it's a significant part of my portfolio to develop the Hispanic business and immigrant community that's especially focused in Southeast Baltimore. The reason I applied for a position on this commission is to continue to further develop city services and resources bilingually to the immigrant community, and that's an enormous task. But I think by being on this commission and partnering with city agencies, we can make a significant dent in 4 years' time.
Sounds good. Thank you. Any questions? Nope. You're good to go. And after you present, you can stick around if you'd like. We will be voting at the end, but you don't have to stick around if you don't want to. Next up, EA 23-0170, Maria Daniela Prisoff.
Good afternoon. My name is Maria Daniela Prisoff. I'm a senior supervising attorney at the Taharay Justice Center, a national nonprofit serving immigrant gender-based violence survivors. We have an office right here in Baltimore, but we serve the entire state of Maryland. Around 40% of our clientele are Baltimore residents, Baltimore folks living in the city, not necessarily having legal status. Around 85% of them are Hispanic. And so my experience with working with the Hispanic community in the city has spanned over 12 years, where I have helped Hispanics across the city seek legal services, obtain legal status, be able to find safety and empowerment. As part of my job, I have extensive collaborations and networking with coalitions and partners across the city, including the Baltimore City State's Attorney's Office, the Baltimore City Police Department, as well as community partners such as Mercy Health, Healthcare for the Homeless, and other similar organizations. And so my purpose in applying for this commission is to be able to expand the voices of Hispanics who are victims in the city and be able to help them access services more efficiently, effectively, and in a much more empowered way.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Next up, EA 23-0171, Luis Espinoza.
Good afternoon, all. Luis Espinoza. Good to go? Yep, Luis Espinoza. I've been a resident with Baltimore since 2005, so year 18. So since then, before that, I was from California. Moved to Baltimore. I've seen a large change and shift in the Latino Hispanic population in Baltimore City. With my current career, I have been working and serving the Hispanic Latino population for over 15 years now. And the reason I really want to be part of the Hispanic Commission is to help provide insight, opinion, thought, be a thought partner with those that can help implement change through legislation, policy, so on and so forth. Like my counterpart said earlier, to get resources out to people that need them the best possible. Also help provide a linchpin to tie our Latino Hispanic youth to services that the city may or may not offer yet. so that, we're not looking short term of, what's best for the Hispanic Latino population of Baltimore City, but long term as well. Baltimore City's Latino population is growing dramatically and has been growing dramatically, and I do think Baltimore is in a great place to really benefit from that growth of population, as well as help people that really need assistance as needed. And that's about it.
What do you like better, Baltimore or California?
You know the answer to that.
Next up, EA 23-0172, Desiree Vasquez.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Desiree Mari Velasquez Martinez. I am currently a training officer with the Office of Learning and Development in the Department of Human Resources for the City of Baltimore. I have approximately 10-15 years of experience as a bilingual recruiter in the United States and also in the Caribbean. When I moved to the Baltimore region, I worked with several nonprofit organizations, specifically with the Hispanic community. I served as a translator. I also helped out in some legal clinics and helped recently people who immigrated to Baltimore to navigate their way around the city. So I just want to, my reason for wanting to be in the Hispanic Commission is that I want to give back to the city that opened their arms when I moved here in 2015.
Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, EA 23-0173, Whitney Visker.
Hi, everyone. I am a Baltimore resident since 2019. I currently work as a personal finance educator with the Cash Campaign of Maryland. Before that, I was at Centro Sol, Johns Hopkins School of Medicine. And currently, I'm interested in participating with the Hispanic Commission because my work, working with clients, helping them manage their day-to-day finances, I think that I can offer insight and advice on policies that can impact the pockets of the Hispanic community here in Baltimore City.
Thank you. Any questions? Nope. Thank you. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to vote commission by commission. So if I have a motion to nominate these 5 nominees to the Baltimore Hispanic Commission.
So moved.
Second. Moved by Councilman Ramos, seconded by Councilman Conway.
EA 23-0169 to 0173, Luis Cardona, Maria Daniela Presson, Luis Espinoza, Desiree Velasquez, Whitney Visker. Chair Schleifer.
Yes.
Chair Schleifer votes aye. Mr. Burnett.
Yes.
Mr. Burnett votes aye. Mr. Costello is absent. Vice President Middleton.
Yes.
Vice President Middleton votes aye. Member Ramos.
Yes.
Member Ramos votes aye. Mr. Torrance.
Aye.
Mr. Torrance votes aye. Mr. Conway. Aye. Mr. Conway votes aye. Mr. Chair, there's six votes in the affirmative, no negatives. We can all go to second read on Monday.
Sounds good. Congratulations. Next up, we will move on to the Women's Commission, EA 23-0165, Candace Everett.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Candace Everett. I am a proud resident of East Baltimore City. I am a mother. I'm a first-generation college graduate. I am a first-generation entrepreneur. I have been committed to youth, family, community development for the last 10 years consecutively. Currently, I am the Twigs Director at the Baltimore School for the Arts, which is also where I received arts training as a 10-year-old, so everything about who I am and how I am in service is full circle. I have a master's in arts administration, and I am a very unique example of what it means to be a woman in the city, to be a leader, to be an advocate for resources. My journey was non-linear, and that's why I stand before you. I think it's important to have representation from, a person who has identified and empathized with the lived experiences of women in Baltimore City, and so it would just be an honor to really be in service at the municipal level. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, EA 23-0166, Casey Brent.
Good afternoon.
Is that your photographer?
I don't know that woman.
Okay. You don't have to wear a mask when you're speaking.
Oh, it's fine. I prefer it if you can hear me okay.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Okay. And Candace is a tough act to follow. Casey Brent. I am currently the Chief of Staff of Operations for the Behavioral Health Administration of Maryland. I have about 15 years experience in working with federal and city government, and generally being a public servant. I too have a nonlinear trajectory into public service. I came upon it when I decided to return back to school for a second master's at the University of Maryland School of Social Work. And from there, I took it upon myself to change where I thought I was going in order to be of service to Baltimore City residents as well as residents of the state of Maryland. I have background in economic and neighborhood development. I also have background in behavioral health, as I shared, but I specifically put a focus on women's issues. I'm also a member of the Junior League of Baltimore, where I most recently was the Community Impact Vice President, and we focus on a number of issues that directly affect women and young girls. I specifically chose to apply to this commission this go-round because it was moved under the Office of Civil Rights, putting it under a lens of equity and inclusion. And it's generally something that does not happen when women are being considered and their rights are being considered. So I thought that it would be a unique opportunity to as well serve the citizens of Baltimore and hopefully the citizens of Maryland.
Okay. Any questions? Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, EA 23-0167, Kimberly Haven.
Good afternoon, Chair. She's on her way. We were told that she's on her way. She'll be here in a minute.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, next up, EA 23-0168, Linda Davis.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Linda Davis, and I have been a Baltimore City educator for the last 22 and a half years, really 22.11 months. And so really you could round it off to 23 years. So I'm gonna say it again since I'm a Baltimore City educator. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
That is so much better. So it's similar to some of the wonderful women that have already came up to speak. I have lived in Baltimore City for the last 30 years by way of New York, and I too understand what it means to be a woman in Baltimore City. I was an undereducated teen mother, and then I had to work my way up, so I understand the struggles. And so I feel that it is an honor to serve the women in Baltimore City and to share what I have learned in my years in public education, as well as a program manager for the Child Abuse Prevention Center, which is currently now known as the Family Tree, where I mentored women, I mentored parents, and how to work with their children and how to do schoolwork and different things. So I understand the struggle. So I ask that you would give me this opportunity to serve women in this city.
Any questions? Oh, thank you. Is your nominee here? Sophia, is she here? Alrighty then. I will do the Arts Commission and then I'll come back. Which one? This one? All right, next up, EA 23-0174, Jazz Ehrenberg.
Good afternoon. My name is Jazz Ehrenberg. I am currently a full-time muralist and community artist in Baltimore City. I've been painting murals in the city for about 7 years.
Can you say that again?
Sorry.
I didn't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I am a full-time muralist and community artist in Baltimore City. I feel that as a working public artist, I have a unique perspective to bring to the Arts Commission Board, and I would like to use the position to make sure that public art is distributed equitably across the city.
Okay. What murals have you done in Baltimore?
I have about 30, so it's kind of a lot to go through.
got
Closest to here, I guess, would be Upper Fells.
Which one?
Upper Fells.
Upper Fells?
Yeah, there's, it's my house, actually, but it got a lot of press recently.
Oh, okay. What other ones you got? Any
I have some in Highlandtown. I have some in Sandtown. I have some in Cherry Hill.
where could we see? Is there like a place we can go and see them
Yep,
online
yeah,
or
you
something?
can Google Jazz Ehrenberg.
Okay. Got it right here. All right. Perfect. Any other questions?
Thank you.
My mother used to paint murals also, so I always
very
find it
cool.
interesting.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah. You have a question?
Just a general statement for all the women.
I'll go ahead.
Women's Commission?
No, she was Arts Commission, but
Oh,
we're still waiting on.
you're waiting for one more.
We're waiting on one more. If she's not here in a minute, we're gonna just vote it out.
Can I just make a statement, Mr.
Yeah,
Chair?
go ahead.
So in fact, everyone that has come up so far, no matter what commission is on, you're on, we just want to thank you for volunteering for this service on commissions. Many, in fact, the council knows my passion, particularly with the Women's Commission, and keeping that moving, because we do need forums with women, just the women's needs of this city. We have 4 women on our council that are ex officio members of the Women's Commission as well. So once that committee is really has started, we will be making periodic visits and just helping out as any way that we can. So to all of you, as more members are continually adding on, I just want to thank you and thank the Director Dana Moore for really heading and getting this commission filled. Thank you.
Thank you.
She is coming along, like she's getting checked. She should be here in a few minutes.
Okay, we only got 2 more minutes.
Does she have a statement?
What's that?
She doesn't have a statement.
Does she have a statement?
No, she's.
It's present, but she's at the elevator.
I'm sorry, we didn't hear you. What did you just say?
On her, she's already here, but she's just coming in.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We're gonna give it 1 more minute, then we'll vote. We already did. You're saying because they.
Well, she's not here, she's there.
All right, I know, but we're gonna.
Okay, but you can mention that and do the last.
We did all of them.
Don Richardson.
I think so. EA 23-0178, Evan Richardson.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes. How you doing? My name is Evan. Thank you first for allowing me to come share. My name is Evan Richardson. Currently, I am the Assistant Dean for the School of Architecture and Planning at Morgan State University. My work history includes years at working at the Neighborhood Design Center, local nonprofit that provides design assistance for communities. I've actually worked in these halls in the Mayor's Office of Neighborhoods years and years ago, so it's good to be back here. My service, which I appreciate Councilwoman speaking on, includes being actually a board member of the Neighborhood Design Center, actually an appointed commissioner for African American history and culture for the state of Maryland. I've worked with the National Endowment of the Arts as a design panel reviewer. So I'm excited to actually continue to do work in Baltimore City, provide service for Baltimore City, and I'll end there.
All right, thank you very much. Any questions?
Shout out to the alum of Morgan State University.
Go Bears, Morgan Made. Any other questions?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, appreciate
All right, next up, EA 23-0167, Kimberly Haven.
Good afternoon. Kimberly Haven.
You just have to give us a little bit of your background and tell us why you'd like to serve on the Women's Commission.
Oh, thank you so much. And my apologies to the committee for being late. I was in Annapolis all day. My name is Kimberly Haven. I represent Forward Justice Maryland, Reproductive Justice Inside, and Interfaith Action for Human Rights. I am also, hopefully, a returning member of the Baltimore City Women's Commission. The reason that I want to be on the Baltimore City Women's Commission is to continue the good work that we started, to continue the conversations that we had when we were originally formed, to begin to look at how to elevate and amplify the voices of all of Baltimore City's women's, and particularly those that are impacted by incarceration, reentry, substance abuse, and domestic violence, which are the groups that I advocate for. Our voices have traditionally always been left out of conversation. They've always traditionally been left out of policy, and that's where I bring not just my lived experience as a formerly incarcerated person, but as the executive director of two organizations that has significant and successful policy and advocacy experience. I am well in tune to the communities across our city. I've been a Baltimore City resident since 2004. I used to have a boss that said that Baltimore City did one of two things. It bit you in the butt, not her word, no, that's the cleaned up version for y'all. But it either made you want to leave or it made you want to stay. And I can't imagine living anyplace else other than Baltimore City. And I can't imagine being a part of an organization and a group like the Baltimore City Women's Commission to help make sure that all of Baltimore City's women's voices are reflected in policy, that they're heard, that they're seen, and that they're acknowledged. And those voices are the ones that are the real experts about the policies that we need to change, the policies that we need to enact, and they're the real experts on the barriers and the problems that all of our communities across Baltimore City face. And it is for that reason, among many others, that I am desiring to be a member of the Baltimore City Women's Commission. Thank you. And I'm happy to take questions if that's the format.
Any questions?
Thank you for your service on the Women's Commission. Before you came in, I had kind of mentioned that there are the four women of the 14-member council are ex officio members, and we have been strong on really trying to work with Director Dana Moore in keeping this moving, and basically everything that you said are very important reasons why we need to keep this commission moving. So thank you also for your volunteerism.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your leadership on this. We've worked well together over the past couple of years, and again, Baltimore City women are amazing, and we are the real leaders. And honestly, this platform gives us that voice, gives us that platform, gives us that inside information that we know what is best for our families and for our communities and for our city. Thank you.
Thank
All right, do we have a motion for?
Motion to move
Second.
For the Women's Commission.
Oh, I
for the
didn't-
Women's Commission.
oh, okay. I wasn't sure we were motioning, but all right, yeah.
All the women on the Women's Commission.
Okay, all right. We have a second?
Second.
Who was the second?
Moved by Middleton, second by
Porter.
Porter, okay.
PA 23, 165 through 168, Candace Everett, Casey Brent, and Linda Davis. Chair Schleifer.
Yes.
Chair Schleifer votes aye. Mr. Burnett.
Yes.
Mr. Burnett votes aye. Mr. Costello. Aye. Mr. Costello votes aye. Vice President Middleton.
Yes.
Vice President Middleton votes aye. Member Ramos.
Yes.
Member Ramos votes aye. Mr. Torrance.
Aye.
Mr. Torrance votes aye. Mr. Conway.
Aye.
Conway votes aye. Chair, 7 votes in the affirmative, no negatives. Second read on Monday.
All right, thank you. And I will make a motion to nominate all the members of the Public Arts Commission. Do I have a second? Who's, there was a tie. All right. No, it's moved by me, second by Torrance. I might have heard too quick with the mask. Cut it off.
Non-sequential, so EA 23, 107, 107, 8, 107. Chaz Ehrenberg, Jessica Bell Brown, Evan Richardson. Chair Schleifer.
Yes.
Chair Schleifer votes aye. Mr. Burnett.
Yes.
Mr. Burnett votes aye. Mr. Costello. Aye. Mr. Costello votes aye. Vice President Middleton.
Aye.
Vice President Middleton votes aye. Member Ramos.
Yes.
Member Ramos votes aye. Mr. Torrance.
Aye.
Mr. Torrance votes aye. Mr. Conway.
Aye.
Mr. Conway votes aye. Mr. Chair, 7 votes in the affirmative, no negatives. Second read on Monday.
All right, thank you very much. We are now adjourned.